Hello, I'm Juliet Sali. In this week's edition of IG Macro Intelligence, we take a look at the investing outlook for 2026. "2026 has begun on a mostly firm note for investors, with the MSCI Asia Pacific and Dow Jones indexes hitting fresh record highs, along with strong gains in commodities such as gold, silver, copper, and iron ore. Gains in precious metals were helped by the United States' move to oust Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, which saw investors flock to safe havens. The S&P ASX 200 is around 4.6% below its all-time highs reached in October last year, but many analysts remain bullish. Morgan Stanley's Chris Nickel recently raised his 12-month ASX 200 target to 9,250 points, implying a 6% gain this year. Mathan Somasundaram from Deep Data Analytics is also running with the bulls.
As a retail investor, you're completely flexible. You can be value 1 month and growth the next, whatever. So I think it's a great opportunity. Liquidity is going to be tough. Volatility is going to be high. I love it. I think this is going to be an amazing year.
Artificial intelligence and commodities were among the major investing themes in 2025, and it appears 2026 may be little different.
Data center developers are busy building their boxes and all the rest of it. The holdup is getting the power connected into those data centers. And so we expect that we will see probably over the next 3 years a clearing of that backlog. So we've still got a lot of growth to come, and that's adding to the earnings visibility for these companies over the next few years.
And Goodman Group remains a clear favourite for stock pickers trying to take advantage of the data centre momentum. Shares down almost 20% over the past 12 months, and technical analysis suggests further downside with a long-term bearish trend exhibited in the stock's 20-day moving average. However, analysts are bullish, with the average target price of $37.75 as surveyed by Refinitiv, suggesting the stock can rise another 24% from current levels. ST Wong from Prime Value Asset Management among those looking for upside.
I think a key theme into 2026 that stock picking will be one of the key efforts that everyone will be looking to into the markets, and this will be key to outperforming in markets in 2026. So, Andrew, to answer your question, my strategy is quite simple. I'm typically investing for growth. And to give an idea of my strategy in the last 6 months, I took profits in Goodman Group mid-year last year, but started to reinvest back into Goodman Group early December when I felt that the growth prospects of this company is underappreciated.
Meanwhile, Jason Ter from Vertium Asset Management believes there's still no clear winner from the AI thematic, but argues a potential commodity supercycle is a surefire bet for Aussie investors.
And the key commodity in this sector is copper, right? Because it takes a lot of copper to build data centers, because you got copper wires running everywhere in data centers, and that needs to be electrified.
Ter is also a fan of aluminium and believes Alcoa is the best pure play here. ASX listed CDIs up around 58% over the past 12 months after the American aluminium giant joined the ASX in July 2024 following the acquisition of alumina. ASX TradeWatch data shows shares in a strong bullish trend, as confirmed by multiple indicators, specifically the 200-day moving average, which is trending higher. And Ord Minnett analysts recently downgraded the stock to accumulate from buy with a price target of $71.50. And then, of course, there is alternatives. BTC Markets believing Bitcoin has shaken off its holiday slumber after falling around 13% over the past 12 months to break out of weeks of tight consolidation, testing resistance around $95,000 a coin. Visha Kadera from Stormrake says traders and options desks are positioning for the break back above 100K.
I believe that Bitcoin will play a big catch-up in 2026, but we're still positioning our investors in gold so that they can get that initial uplift. And then as we head into the second half of this year, you'd see that materialize in that Bitcoin trading around 150 to 180,000.
So, where are the bears? Well, a recent Deutsche Bank survey of almost 450 analysts, economists, and investors was mostly positive on the 2026 outlook. However, ongoing geopolitical tensions, inflation, and turmoil at the Federal Reserve could all create turbulence. But staying the course could perhaps prove most lucrative.
I think it's a long way off before we see some real correction style territory. It probably has a little bit more to run. In terms of, I suppose, a theme for 2026, AI will probably still dominate. It'll still be that overarching theme, but I think we might see some sort of seasonality with what investors are looking at, largely sticking away from equity markets. We saw that through last year, a lot of outflows coming from both ETF and active managers in equity markets.
And that is your IG Macro Intelligence for this week. We'll see you next time.